The problem that you have with the case that your sax came in is that it's got these square edges on it. Usually you get a square case, and it's even got reinforcements on the edges because the manufacturers know that it's likely to bash against something, and if you're trying to put it in your car or out of your car, it's just, they're unwieldy. And tenor saxophone cases are even worse. I mean, look at this, it's absolutely huge, and these are Selmer cases, by the way, and like I said, getting them in and out of a car, it's just a nightmare, to be honest with you, because they're so big and they're so bulky, and they just don't fit very well, and also the case is going to get damaged because you're bashing it against things. It's got all these flat edges. So what's the solution? The solution is to get some sort of what we call a flight case. Now, if I go traveling, I use a soft case, which is just like a canvas bag that the saxophone goes in, which is great because it's super small, hugs my body. I can put it in the overhead locker, but it offers zero protection to the saxophone. If it gets knocked or anything, that's it, that's game over. So what you want is a compromise between these two extremes, not the big lumpy case that the saxophone came in, not some little canvas bag, but you need something to put your beautiful instrument in that is really going to protect it. And if you go to a gig and you see a gigging saxophonist, it's highly unlikely, it's not impossible, but it's highly unlikely that you'll see them turn up with their saxophone in a big square case like that. It's much more likely that you'll see them turn up in a shaped case, a flight case. Now, years ago, there wasn't a whole lot of choice really, but nowadays if you go onto Amazon or another website, you'll just be bombarded with choices on what you could possibly buy, and you might be tempted to go for something quite cheap. The problem with that is it just won't be very well made. So I have had this case for my alto saxophone. I have had this for 30 years. It is the most robust thing ever, and it is made by a company called Hiscox. And the thing with this case is that if I was in a riot situation, I could use this as a human shield. It is that strong. It is so incredibly strong that after 30 years it is still working perfectly. And I have another one here, which is my tenor saxophone Hiscox case, which I've also had for, I don't know how long I've had it because it's such a long time. I know it's well over 20 years. I think it's about 25 years I've had this. And the beautiful thing about these cases, apart from how well they are built, which I'm going to get onto, is that as you can see, there's no square edges on the end, so they fit in and they fit out really, really nicely. They also come with a shoulder strap, so you can put it over your shoulder if you want to, and they're just so incredibly well made, which is what this video is going to be about. And I can get you a discount on them if you'd like to buy one, and you should, because they're fantastic. So I've got my handheld camera here, and I'm going to show you exactly why I love these cases so much. Part of the reason, apart from they're brilliant and protect my saxophone super well, is that you get this compartment inside. So I've got a spare neck strap in there, I've got all of my cleaning equipment, I've got an OCD amount of reeds in there, I've got some, these are earplugs in there that in case I have to play with the DJ and they try and deafen me. So you've got plenty of space inside the case, and that's exactly the same for the alto case as well. It has a compartment inside where you can put all of your cleaning equipment and your reeds and bits and pieces, etc., and it's just absolutely fantastic. So both of these cases have been my faithful friends for years, and I've literally grown to love them because they are so good and they are so protective. So as you know, these days we have more choice than we know what to do with. Like I said, if you go onto Amazon and search saxophone flight case or saxophone case, there'll be thousands, literally hundreds of options for you to look at. So why would you buy a Hiscox case? Do you remember years ago when car manufacturers built cars that were designed to last for life? Definitely British manufacturers were like that. People like Rolls-Royce and Jaguar at the time, and they weren't perfect, but the mindset was that they wanted to make a product that lasted for life. Then unfortunately, somewhere along the line, somebody in marketing thought, well, that's not actually such a great idea in terms of sales, because if we make it so that it doesn't last for life, then they have to buy another one. Woohoo! Let's make it slightly not such great quality. Wouldn't it be nice if you could find a manufacturer of saxophone cases that had that old value system where they wanted to make their product last for life? Hiscox are such a brand. Their cases are incredibly strong, and they even have a photograph of their staff all standing on a case which has a guitar in it. 5 people standing on a case. They can withstand a phenomenal amount of weight crushed on top of them without damaging the instrument inside. Now, they're definitely not the cheapest cases on the market. If you want to get cheap, yeah, go to Amazon and pay $20 or £20 or something and get a case. It will be terrible. These are more expensive. But when you think that if you buy one of these, they last for virtually life. I mean, my cases have had such incredible heavy usage. There was a period of 4 years where I was doing 3 gigs a week at a little jazz piano bar, and then I was doing another 2 or 3 gigs at the weekend doing weddings and private functions, and that went on for a period of 4 years. And my wife and I have got a jazz duo, as you probably know, Sax and Honey. We've been doing this for over 25 years now, but these cases have still lasted for all of that time. So yeah, they're more expensive, but when you work it out over time, they're really incredibly cheap, because you just buy one and that's it. It's never ever going to break. So Hiscox are celebrating their 40th anniversary this year. It's 40 years of what a lot of people consider are 40 years of making the best cases on the market. The company was founded by Bryn Hiscox, who was a luthier who couldn't find a case good enough for his guitars. He wanted something lightweight yet strong enough to support the weight of somebody standing on it, and that's where that picture of all of their staff standing on the cases come from. And this has just been way surpassed. Today, Hiscox remains a family-run business based in the UK in the West Midlands, and every single case is handmade here in the UK, and to date they've sold nearly 800,000 cases worldwide. Their cases are designed for ultimate protection, combining durability with a lightweight design. For easy transport, like I said, they just fit really, really well, and especially while travelling by plane. So if you want to put this on the hold of the plane, you can. They make cases for guitars, bass guitars, mandolins, saxophones, banjos and more, and they cater to a wide range of musicians. Hiscox is known for its craftsmanship, innovation and use of advanced materials to ensure their cases are both functional and stylish, and they're beautiful. And if you go to their website, which is hiscoxcases.com, you can have a look. A Hiscox case is a reliable investment for any musician, and the thing is that is so true, because these old ones that I've got now, Hiscox were nice enough to send me a new case, and this old one that I've got, I can now sell this on the second-hand market, because they really hold their value. They're absolutely fantastic, because that case, even after 30 years of use, is perfectly serviceable. And here's a clip that I really want to show you, which is about the workmanship on this metal, I think they call it a valance, around here. I just want to show you this clip because it just demonstrates the attention to detail and the quality and the care.
Well, and a very important part of the case design is that you don't want all your hardware, your handle, lock, hinges, catches falling off at any time. I mean, we've been going now for 35 years and I don't think we've had a case back where the bits have dropped off. And the main reason for that is the fact that we use an aluminium valance, an aluminium rim around the case. It's much more than the customer can see. You can see from the case here that what the customer can see is this 10 millimeters of rim all the way around. and you can see from here the rivets look like they're going into the plastic shell. In fact, that's not the case. What we have is this composite structure, and again, it's all bonded together. You can see from here that we've got the hinge, and the aluminium extends down inside the case behind the plastic, so that all of our fixings, every single rivet that we've got, will rivet into that aluminium rim. That's what the customer sees, that's what you see on the outside of the case. If I turn it round, you can see that's how big the aluminium rim is. And so we've got rivets for the hardware, and the handle and the hinges go through the plastic into the aluminium rim, all the way around the case. Unlike a lot of other molded cases, this is AN other molded case, looks very similar to ours on the outside, and we turn it over, and guess what? On the inside, you've even got less aluminium on the inside than the outside. And this is a very typical other method of production. They've used a polystyrene molding, which they glue in afterwards, and they use this method of construction. You can see that the fixing is actually only fixed into the plastic. So when you buy a Hiscox case, and that's all you see, you get more than you see every time.
And one of the things I love about these cases is that I didn't realise until I went to their website and had a look actually, but the material that this is made out of is incredibly shock absorbing. So if somebody was to drop something on it, like a hammer for instance, it dissipates the force throughout the material, which is sandwiched between the bottom and the top of the lid, which is really quite thick, which other cases just won't do. That's just the tip of the iceberg. Every single part of this case has been lovingly thought about. The handles, the buckles, just every part of it, the materials that it's made from, have just been thought about with a great deal of care and attention. So do I recommend Hiscox cases? 100%. Like I said, even before I got into YouTube, before I started doing Sax Made Simple, which you should go visit by the way, before any of that, I was using Hiscox cases. They're the only cases that I've ever had. I have come across other cases because when I've bought and sold second-hand saxophones years and years and years ago, or people have given me cases because they, for one reason or another, and just none of them have come anywhere near the build quality to a Hiscox. You just cannot beat them. So should you buy a Hiscox case? It's a no-brainer. They are the best cases on the market. They're going to protect your beautiful saxophone. They've been made with such care and attention, which is just rare these days. And you can get a discount using my discount code SMS10. You can get 10% discount, and not just on saxophone cases, but on the whole range of their products. So if you play guitar or your friend plays guitar, you can get them a discount too. They ship worldwide. Now that discount code is only valid for 90 days from when I publish this video. Now the day that I've recorded this video and the day that I publish it are two different things, so it's in the description below just to be crystal clear what the date is from. But at the moment you can get a 10% discount on all Hiscox products when you go to their website. Should you buy one? You absolutely should. I think they're absolutely fantastic. I do hope you found that useful. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.